Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. I'm the Serious Strategy Game and we are returning to our Jima. So, we have moved our Marines into position. They are now adjacent to airfield number 3, so let's see whether we can take that in due time over here. So, let's see what the Japanese are going to do with their artillery. Of course, they're going to harass us all over this island. Hopefully they're not going to cause too much damage here, because at this point, really, our losses are starting to mount, and I'm slightly concerned about that. We are making comparatively good progress. I mean, at least compared to what was historically the case for the Japanese, for the Americans in this battle, which was of course much longer than they anticipated. But so far we are doing relatively fine on that front. I mean, you can see airfield number 3 is supposed to be captured on D-Day plus 12. We are currently at D-Day plus 10. So maybe that will work out. And as I say that, we are losing some men over here. Nevertheless, we might be able to get this to succeed. So one of the very pesky things is this machine gun position that has been plaguing us for a while. There we go. We have finally dealt with that, so that is nice to see. Let's try to take these guys out as well. Unfortunately, we don't seem to be able to do that. No, there's absolutely nothing that we can do over there. How about over here? So that would be -3 modifier. This is a 0. So let's do this first. And then maybe we are going to get a bit of luck over here. Well, of course we don't. Right, so still very slow progress here on the northern front then by the 5th Division. So let's see whether we can help out at least on this front here. So there's a no effect because this is supporting by the 3rd Division. This is extremely slow going against these 45 positions. We're actually getting an ambush here, so we're not making any progress here by the 5th Division. This has been a very bad day for the 5th. So let's see whether the 3rd is going to do any better. Now, we can attack here on this flank. That's going to be alright. It's not going to be a huge success, but it's alright. But more importantly, let's see whether we can capture airfield number 3 over here, which was, of course, at the time an airfield that was only being built. Hopefully, oh, come on, another ambush. We have 4 attacks over here. Some of them are extremely well supported, and we only managed to reduce them by 1 single strength point. That's not great. That's not going good. And we can't actually come through down here, so we can't put more pressure on them than that. Man, this can be so frustrating. Okay, let's see whether the 3rd is going to do something nice over here. At least get rid of these guys. This is not going to be a good day for us. Not at all. Minimal casualties here on the Japanese side. Pretty much nothing, actually. Okay, at least we did take care of these guys, so that is nice. So that means you can actually attack into this direction. Yeah. Well, we are making extremely slow progress here. It would have been really nice to reduce these guys on the northern front there. Well, it was not supposed to be. Right, let's see whether we can do something down here. I doubt whether it will be too useful for us, but it would be nice. It would also be nice to capture these guys. Now, what is more important? Well, I guess we can start out this way. That's no good. So we can attack over here. Well, let's start out by attacking this with this guy. Come on. Come on. Nothing. This is so frustrating. Okay, so what do we want to do then first? Do we want to try to get rid of these guys? Or these guys? Now, the advantage about killing these guys would be that we can move a little bit more unhindered over here, and that might be a good idea. On the other hand, killing these guys down here would allow us to at least float around here and at least come into contact on this side of these machine gunners. So let's try to do that down there. And I would not have needed to worry because we are not successful in killing them at all. Right, this is incredibly bad turn for us. So we only managed to kill like very small units over there. Even these guys who are very diminished already, we did not manage to make any successful impact there. So that is frustrating. Let's see whether we can at least replace a couple of units over here and see whether that will help us out. So we will not actually be able to advance any further than where we currently are. So I think we're going to reinforce you so that you can keep up the pressure on this airfield. But man, other than that, it seems relatively futile down here. So that is a little bit concerning. Let's also restock you with some units there. Then we've got one more for tanks and one more for infantry. So, given that you are over here, well, we do, I think, need to close in with these guys down there. As bad as that is for us. So we do have a couple of guys from the 5th Division up over here. You could advance. You guys are all pretty much exhausted, so I don't think you'll be too well positioned to do that. And yeah, I do think just coming down here has the highest chance of us breaking through and conducting more strikes against airfield number 3 here, because we are D-Day plus 10 and this is just 2 more days, and at the current pace we are not making enough progress there. This is kind of frustrating, honestly. Right, so who would we be sending into this breach then? So we've got the 3rd Division. You guys are mostly alright, or you don't really have enough power. So yeah, really there's no one that we could really send through over here. That would make too much sense, I think. So yeah, that is basically a no-no. I don't think the level of the tanks does make any difference, but usually it does make sense to at least strengthen the guys that are going to move up. And I think that is likely going to be this tank here, so let's put a little bit more emphasis on you. Then the question to me is, do we want to rearm you so that you can attack here and be a little bit more aggressive in advancing towards the general's headquarters there? I think for now our short-term objective does lay down here in the south. So in fact, let's rearm you here, because I think that's going to be alright. Yeah, there we go. Alright. Night phase, so they might attack over here. Normal attack there. Another normal attack there, costing us some casualties and a lot of fatigue. That's not great. I'd really like if they did more night bonsai attacks. 200 points for the Japanese side here. That is harsh. I mean, this is becoming incredibly difficult for us. Okay, so 5th Division. Do you have anyone who can replace this gentleman here, because he does need some boost, I believe. Yeah, not really. I mean, you guys are... You're relatively strong, but you're also kind of exhausted. As are pretty much all of you. Yeah, so nevertheless, I do think we will need to move you in and you out. So that might be okay. These guys up there don't really need to move. You guys, I think, are all alright. We can't potentially move you up anyway. So, question is, who are we going to send down there? I think potentially someone from the 3rd Division. So let's get you armed up so that you can go down there and be also supported by this tank group there. I think we're going to send another one from the 3rd Division down here, because this tank will continue to support you guys there. Yeah, that should be okay. Right, and then I want to move up the tank division here, or the tank group for the 4th Division, at least to this place, so that you're supporting the rear of these guys so that they can deal with that. Yeah, and there's no way we can move through here. So that is kind of unfortunate. Right. So then we've got the 4th Division. A couple of you guys. Could anyone come up over here to replace this guy? Doesn't really look like that, does it? You guys are all alright. We don't need to pull off anyone except you. Down here, you... Ideally, in an ideal world, I would like to pull you off. But right now I can't. So, okay, you are going to replace him. So that should be okay, and you're going to simply try to withdraw to another direction here. Hopefully without being shot at by everyone and their mother. Yeah, I think you will be alright moving there. Yeah, and I don't think we need to have too many other troops around here. I think you will be more or less alright. A lot of you guys are out of command range though, so we need to be mindful about that as well. I think we might actually want to rearm the 4th Division up here. Where's the 5th Division headquarters? Over here. So you should actually be doing alright. Yes, I don't think we need to move you up in any direction. You should be commanding all of this. We will need to pull in some of these guys that are a little bit to the rear there. But other than that, you should be alright. Yeah. So everyone else is fine as well. So the bigger question is, since they do get their attacks first, the question is whether we need to arm anyone up. So I think we're going to arm you guys up, and that might be enough. And then let's save on a couple of guys. Right. So Marine movement orders. They're not going to be that many because we can't really move up into here anyway. So you guys are mostly going to simply rest and repair for a large part. So you can go there. You, my friend, need to withdraw. You're going to be fired at during withdrawal, but that's alright. Then you're going to come in instead. You are actually losing some fatigue there, so that's not great. Right, and you can simply come up, I think all the way over here maybe. Yeah, and you guys are going to go over here. These tank divisions are still locked in place for whatever reason, so that's just going to have to be that way, I guess. You're going to move over here. And you guys going to come over there? Yeah, I think that's alright. Yeah, so you might still be targeted by artillery or something, but all in all you should be more or less alright over there. There's no one else from the 5th Division down there, so yeah, you guys are mostly fine. I don't think we can move you up anyway. Well, we could move some around there, but I'm very much thinking that there's potentially a unit in here. So you'd be fired at over here, and then you could cross into there, which would be somewhat on the same altitude. So actually you might be... yeah, you'd be only positioned against that without any form of further potential to advance there. So yeah, I don't think that's going to be worthwhile at all. 3rd Division, starting over here, you're doing relatively fine. I don't think we need to do anything about you over here. You guys are all trying to expose these guys, which is fine. So that does leave these guys down here. And I think you would want to move down there. Now, you're going to be fired at by a couple of guys, but let's try to minimize that. So I think we can circumnavigate these guys over there. So let's get over there, then into here. You're definitely going to be fired at this by these guys, so we might as well move over here. And then down there. Okay, no one else over here. I suspect they do have their lines set up a little bit to the rear there. So that's just going to have to be okay. So yeah, you guys, now if we're moving you up over here, you don't necessarily need to come under attack by these guys, but you will come under attack by these guys. So we might as well just go down here. And then move up there. Yeah, so you've now closed in, that's okay. Let's switch over to the 4th Division. Let's actually get you guys here into range of our command units. I think that's quite important as well. So let's get you somewhere where you're not being shot at immediately. I think that might be, let's say over here. Right, that's okay. So that does leave a good number of guys down here. But I don't want you to be shot at by this group there. So I'm going to move you up a little bit towards there, which has to be alright. Then you guys also do sort of a big sweeping maneuver there. Around over here. Yeah, around airfield number 2. So that's going to be alright. Yeah, there we go. Fantastic. Good stuff. I like it. You guys, well, ideally I would pull you back, but honestly, well, you'll not be able to attack anyway, and we only have 2 groups. This guy will suffer very hefty penalties there, so yeah, given this, I think I might pull you back there, since you'll be shot at by these guys anyway. So we might as well come all the way over there. Yeah, and that does leave the 4th Division over here, so let's see what we can do with you. You guys are fine over there. And I do think, well, we can't get stuck into there because this is a fortified line, which is unfortunate. So we only can really get over here. There's no way to break through over there. There's definitely going to be a lot of guys down there, so I don't want to exhaust you. Well, you might want to pull back. So let's try to pull you back. At least you didn't take casualties, so that is nice. Let's make sure that you are, well, within range, but not necessarily on the airfield itself. So that should be okay. Yeah. And then we have you, and you can advance into here. Well, let's try to get you down there first. Yeah, and I think over there is fine. You're going to be fired by these guys and these guys. But that's okay. Right. Oh, and these guys, well. So it should not have taken the route down there. Well, that's fine though. Anyone else who we want to have advance further, you could get over there. But I think you are better off by just going over here. Yeah, that's nice. Let's get into there. Let's keep attacking these guys. And that should hopefully enable us to do a little bit over here. And actually support the advance over there. Oh, and I did not ask you guys here to be supported. Well, that's a shame, but I think it would make some... Well, I think we might actually get away with being over here because these guys will not be able to attack anyway. I could, of course, pull them off, but I don't think it's that worthwhile. So yeah, let's just bring you over here and hope that that is going to be enough to defeat these guys. Yeah, everyone else over here is fine. I don't think I want to move you up. You can just rest and repair here for a second. They actually killed a unit there just by artillery. This is so harsh. I mean, this is such a frustrating campaign, and I really, really feel for the Americans there. Look at that. Losses, losses, further losses. Jesus. And of course they can attack again. Cause a lot of casualties there. Lots of fatigue. It's pretty much impossible to advance over here. Yeah, the fortified lines are brilliant. I mean, it's a completely static defense, but this is very well laid out, I have to say. Right, let's see whether we can do something in the north. Let's just move north to south. Ambush. Of course, I was just about to say it's going to be an ambush. Jesus. Nice. Okay, at least one breach in their line over here, which is, I think, going to prove extremely useful for us. So let's see whether we're going to be able to do anything down here with these guys. Just having a bit of a wider gap would be fantastic so that we could channel our guys through without being shot at all the time. So that's fantastic. That is good news. So big breakthrough here for the 5th Division. Even though the far left flank here has not been breached, I think we will have some chance of channeling through over here. Maybe we can even pull back from these guys and ignore them. Well, let's see though. Let's also keep on attacking this flank here so that we could potentially flank around and maybe have a better chance of taking airfield number 3 over here at some point in time. Come on, come on. Nice. Yes, yes. Ah, very good. Okay, so that really felt good. So we are at day 11 over here. That does mean we can potentially take that in time. We do need to advance to the sea here as well. So the 3 objectives after airfield number 3 will be the general headquarters. That's on day 33. So we do have some time to advance over here, but I think it will be a tough fight. Then we've got the sea. So that's in about 5 days. That's a very long distance here, but maybe we can come around that way. And I think this time we will be fighting downhill, and that will be a nice feeling. And then to do Tachiyawa point down there. So yeah, that is also going to be nice, I think. Let's see whether we can do anything against this group over here. These machine guns are extremely difficult to dislodge, honestly. But yeah, at least some progress there. Okay, this would be uphill. Are you just on a very high slope there? Yeah, you are. Jesus. 2 ambushes. What can you do against this? Honestly. What can we do against a unit like that? It resulted in 2 ambushes here. So we only basically have you left. Let's try to attack the infantry here. Maybe we can come around here. No. Okay, so very good day for the 5th, good day for the 3rd. 4th Division still hopelessly bogged down here. Right, let's see what else we've got over here. Maybe at least you can break through there. Finish these guys off. Stop us from being attacked all of the time while we're passing through here. Well, at least. Okay, progress, extremely slow progress, but some progress at least. Okay, you can't attack because you're out of radio range. Right, let's replace whoever we can replace. So given that the next objective will be the sea, I think the 3rd Division will be heavily involved in that and continue to push onwards here. Even though you have taken quite a lot of casualties. Now the 4th Division, you are starting to see a lot of casualties here. Oh, we only have very little reinforcements. Okay, let's put them on you because I think you deserve that. Now the 5th Division, you guys have at least some people who are still full strength. And I think you have slightly more time in your advance, so I'm not going to give you too much bonuses there, but going to focus a little bit on the 3rd here. And maybe on the 4th. Yeah, I think that's alright. Night Phase, let's see whether they are going to attack. I mean, they're definitely going to attack. Why can't you do just banzai charges? Casually wiping out one of our units there. On March 4th, 1945, Mission 39 took off piloted by 1st Lieutenant Raymond Marlowe on a bombing mission. Damaged and low on fuel, his B-29 was the first bomber to land on Motoyama No. 1 airfield, south field, so this one, on Iwo Jima with fighting still underway to the west. This was the first of 2,400 emergency landings on Iwo Jima. The same day repaired and refueled and flown back to Northfield on T1. After additional repairs, returned to service on 12th of April. Well, that's nice to hear. Oh, there's a little bit of flavour. I didn't know that was in there. Well, we did have the kamikaze attack earlier in the war, didn't we? Well, nice, isn't it? Okay, nice but not really decisive for our game. Right, so what else can we do? So we do need to use our support to support units that can advance, basically. So most importantly that is the tanks, because the tanks, when they move up, they are quite vulnerable, and I definitely want to keep my tanks active for as long as possible. You guys are not going to advance, I'm not going to support you. You guys are fine over there. I'm guessing that we're going to put a unit into there, so let's support this tank because it's going to move into here and it's going to be shot at by 2 sites there. So that might be alright. You are not going to move, you are going to move. You could potentially move, potentially at least one... No, let's actually reinforce you because I think we will try to bring the 3rd down here towards the sea. And then only later swing it out north again. I think it's the 5th Division's job to tackle with the General Kiribayashi's headquarter there. Right, this tank is fine. This tank has just bogged down for whatever reason. It has bugged out. Right, you guys are all okay. Question is, do we need to support anyone else? Well, let's support the headquarter here, because this fighting might be slightly confused later on. Let's reinforce you, and let's reinforce at least one of the 5th Division over here, because you guys will be advancing into here and you'll probably get under fire, but I would at least like to establish some lines of attack here, which I think are going to be very useful. And we will need to deal with this guy, because otherwise we cannot really move around here very freely. Yeah, so that might be alright. Good. You are already supported. Anyone else from the 3rd over here? Yeah, you. And honestly, you potentially want to be supported as well. Right, yeah, there we go. Right, so it is our movement phase. Let's start out with the 5th Division up here in the north and see what we can do. So I'm thinking that if we take you to advance and scout out a little bit over here. So I'm thinking there's potentially a trooper over there. I'm fairly confident there's one over here. And very likely one over there. So if we get over here, we're going to be shot at by this guy. Right, I think it might be useful to come over here and start to exert more pressure on these guys. Note that there's no one over here, so that's interesting to learn. Alright, interesting. Okay, let's pull you off from here and into the rear of these units. Right, so you're now fully encircled, and I'd like to see that. You, my friend, might need to pull back because you are very low on your fatigue levels there. Let's send someone else in instead. Well, you did take some shots there, but I think it might still be alright. Okay, so we have you guys cornered there. Now, we don't really have any view on the enemy up over here, but I'm very much thinking that they potentially have a unit in this location there. So I think it might be time to try to at least find them. Is there any high ground? No. Okay, of course they're there, so let's close contact here and start making some envelopment over there because we will need to whittle them down before we get into the thick of the fight over against these guys. So, 5th Division, you don't really have too many strong troops here, do you? Okay, at least you've got a couple of well-rested troops, which is also worth something. Okay, someone over there. Interesting. We'll only be able to attack you from these two hexes. Right, and you, if you're getting down here, you'll be attacked from this side as well. Now the big problem here with the 5th Division is that we don't have too many tanks actually, so yeah, I think actually we need to bring you over here, but not cross the path of this guy. So let's bring you there. So you can support the attack on these guys. Yeah, send 2 troopers over here. There's going to be someone over there who's again supported by this flank there. So yeah, that will be extremely difficult to break. I definitely want you guys here to rest up a little bit, so that's going to be alright. Let's advance further with our headquarter unit here. Let's say 3 hexes. There we go. That does mean we can pull up at least one of these guys, I think towards over here. Let's see, you're going to come under a lot of fire here, but I think it might be sensible to start supporting an attack on this guy here as well. Specifically so we can break out here and try to flank there as well. So that might be okay. Good, yeah, I like it. Right, other than that, we're just going to pull up a couple of guys here from the 5th Division so that they can rest and repair in the sort of designated area that is closer to our headquarter. And that should be fine and good for you. Right, you guys don't actually need to advance, you can advance just a little bit. Let's get you into these fortified lines down there. And you can advance as well. Yeah, but we're starting to show some real weaknesses over here, as our troops are starting to look not so great. I mean, a lot of our guys are a little bit short on units, specifically the 4th, but also the 5th is starting to look kind of weaker than I would love it to be. Right, okay, let's grab you. Let's capture this airfield. Then let's start advancing here. Just field by field, I guess. Okay, there's a unit down there, which we kind of expected. Let's see how far we can go. Okay, so there's someone over there. Can we go over here? Well, there's someone over there as well. Sort of to be expected, but not too bad either. So I think we're going to get over here and start pushing against these troops there. So let's see whether we can now get over here, get a clean ingress into these guys there. So that'd be fantastic. Then you guys down here might also just want to go to the airfield first and then all the way down here. Probably going to come under attack from that side as well. They're going to be flanked. But all in all, you're doing fine. So that's nice. Yeah, that is potentially a good attack point there. Right. Well, I think this is going to start to look a little bit like it's going to be the job of the 4th Division down there. Since we do need these guys to pull off a little bit, I think. So let's see what else we've got from the 3rd. So you guys over here, you might not actually want to deal with this stuff, but you might want to come over here. That would also allow us to position a tank there, which I think would be fantastic. Yeah, let's get you over here. And that was unfortunate. I don't think that was, strictly speaking, necessary. Right, so you're great over there. Let's grab a tank division here from the 3rd. Well, wait, why not you? Let's get into there. Fantastic, okay, nice. I think I like that. Now, I don't think, yeah, we would actually be able to go all the way there to that machine gunner. Do we need to, though? Well, the question is, he is currently preventing us from making any progress here. On the other hand, we would be slightly higher than he is, so that would be kind of nice. We can also, I think, move someone over here still. Do we have someone, though? Yeah, you. No, we can actually not move there. No, because, yeah, line of sight would be blocked. Okay, so let's get over here. Okay, you did take some casualties there. It's an obvious problem, but alright. Okay, you guys can stay over here and try to get rid of these guys there. There's not much else we can do with you. Then there are no further replacements from the 3rd. So how about the 4th? How are you guys doing? Yeah, your command zone is somewhat restricted towards the south there, so we will need to move you up very much to the north actually. So if this is 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0, so you might get over here. And that would allow you to command this approach as well. I mean, it's slightly awkward to sort of mix that this way. So honestly, I would not like to do that. You know what, let's take this slight inefficiency here and pull in the 3rd Division against these guys, hoping that we will be able to take them out. We can send someone over here, can't we? Yeah, we can. You don't need to go down there, though. You're going to be coming under fire by 2 sides there. At least 2 sides. But I still think it might be worthwhile. So that we may be able to clear this one out. And then, again, flank and flank and flank. But just flanking, it's kind of nice to see all of this mutual supporting fire here. Yeah, that's okay. Then, can we move anything over here? Well, I do not know. But I think that's going to have to wait until next time. So, thank you very much for watching, guys. Hope to see you around next time. Bye-bye.